Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of rare coins, specifically the 1975 1-cent coin. Did you know that this humble penny, which many of us overlook in our pockets, could be worth big money? We're talking about a coin that could have an eye-popping value of $259 million, or even more in some cases. Yes, you heard that right. So stick with me as we explore the history and value of this extraordinary penny. First, let's set the stage. The 1975 1-cent coin is a regular penny, minted in 1975, and it features the iconic Abraham Lincoln design on the obverse, or front side of the coin. On the reverse, we see the Lincoln Memorial. You might have one of these pennies sitting in a jar or drawer right now, thinking nothing of it. But this coin is far from ordinary. In fact, one of these coins could fetch an incredible price. So, what makes this 1975 penny so special? It's not about the design or the fact that it's a vintage piece. Instead, it's about an error that occurred during its minting. Error coins are one of the most exciting areas of numismatics, or coin collecting. When a coin has a minting flaw, it can significantly increase its value among collectors, and that's where the mystery of the 1975 penny comes in. Here's the kicker. The 1975 penny is rumored to have been struck with a double die error, a phenomenon that occurs when the design on the die used to strike the coin is misaligned or improperly pressed onto the coin multiple times. This leads to a doubling effect on certain features of the coin. Typically, you'd expect this error on the date or on the lettering, and sometimes even on Lincoln's portrait. This error is extremely rare, and that rarity is what drives the price up for those lucky enough to find it. While many 1975 pennies may have minor signs of wear and tear, a true double die error is what collectors are hunting for, and it can be worth tens of thousands, or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. In some cases, a 1975 penny with the correct error could fetch up to $259 million, depending on its condition and the market demand. Now you might be wondering, how do you identify a 1975 penny with this rare double die error? First, start by closely inspecting the date, 1975. If you see any noticeable doubling, especially in the number 7 or 5, then you might have found something special. Look at the doubling in the numbers. See how the details seem to be overlapping, with the date showing a clear ghost or shadow effect? That's what you're looking for. It's subtle, but if you spot it, you've got yourself a potential treasure. Double die errors aren't just limited to the date, they can also affect the lettering on the coin. Look for any signs of duplication in the word Liberty, or In God We Trust. If the letters appear to be doubled, it's worth getting the coin professionally examined. Now that we've covered how to spot the error, let's take a step back and look at the history behind this coin. The year 1975 was significant in the United States, not just for coin collectors, but for the country itself. It was the bicentennial year, marking 200 years since the signing of the Declaration of Independence. During this time, the U.S. Mint was producing millions of coins for circulation, and errors were somewhat common. The 1975 penny was part of the massive coin production effort to keep up with the growing economy and the need for smaller denominations in circulation. However, the double die error on the 1975 penny was rare and unnoticed by the minting process. Little did they know, this small flaw would make these coins incredibly valuable many decades later. Now, here's the exciting part. If you've got one of these rare 1975 double die error pennies, you could be sitting on a small fortune. The value of these coins can vary depending on the extent of the error and the condition of the coin. A well-preserved double die error penny can easily fetch hundreds of thousands of dollars at auction. In 2020, a 1975 double die penny sold for over $100,000, and more recently, other examples have sold for even higher prices. So, while the typical 1975 penny is worth just 1 cent, if you've got one with this error, it could be worth millions, potentially up to $259 million, depending on its rarity and condition. If you think you've found a rare 1975 penny, your next step is to get it authenticated. This is crucial because there are many counterfeit or altered coins out there. You'll want to get your penny professionally appraised by a certified coin grader or numismatist. Once authenticated, you can either hold on to it as an investment or sell it at an auction to see just how much it's really worth. So, the next time you come across a 1975 1-cent coin, don't dismiss it as just pocket change. With the potential for a double die error, you could be holding a rare treasure worth a small fortune. While finding one of these error coins may be incredibly rare, it's worth the effort to check your pennies, as they just might make you a millionaire. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more coin collecting tips and tricks. Who knows? The next big find could be in your pocket. Now, if you're into coin collecting or just love discovering interesting facts, today's video is going to blow your mind. We're diving into a rare coin, the 1992 US penny, that's worth way more than just 1 cent. In fact, this coin could be worth a whopping $87 million. You heard that right. Stick around as we uncover the hidden value and rich history behind this tiny, yet incredibly valuable coin. Cut to intro graphic of the channel name/logo. So, let's start with the basics. The US 1-cent coin, or as most people call it, the penny, has been around since 1793. But the one we're talking about today, the 1992 penny, may seem like a regular coin to most, right? I mean, it's copper-plated zinc, weighs 2.5 grams, and features President Abraham Lincoln on the front. But there's something truly special about certain 1992 pennies that makes them weigh more than just pocket change. Generally speaking, a 1992 penny is only worth 1 cent, but not all pennies are created equal. While the mint produces billions of pennies every year, some of them are struck with rare errors or characteristics that make them extraordinarily valuable to collectors. And that's exactly what we're focusing on today. Now, here's where things get really interesting. In 1992, something unusual happened at the US Mint. A handful of pennies were struck with an error that made them unique. These are known as the 1992 close AM pennies. This error was due to a slight mistake in the minting process. You see, pennies typically feature the letters A and M of America on the reverse side of the coin, right? Well, on most 1992 pennies, the letters A and M in America are spaced widely apart. But a few 1992 pennies were accidentally minted with these two letters much closer together. This is known as the close AM error. Now, to the untrained eye, this might seem like no big deal. But to collectors, this minor variation is huge. Because it's so rare, collectors are willing to pay insane amounts of money for these close AM pennies. Okay, so let's talk numbers. A regular 1992 penny is only worth 1 cent. But a 1992 close AM penny, well, that could be worth a lot more. In fact, one of these rare pennies could fetch anywhere from hundreds to thousands of dollars, depending on its condition. But here's where it gets even crazier. Some 1992 close AM pennies have sold for over $20,000, and others, in pristine condition, can go for as much as $87 million. Yes, you heard that right. $87 million! The story behind this astronomical value is rooted in its rarity. Only a few of these close AM pennies were ever made, and finding one in good shape is like finding a needle in a haystack. So, what makes these coins so valuable? Well, it's all about rarity and the error itself. Most of us know that a coin with a minting mistake can be worth a lot more than a regular coin. But what makes the 1992 close AM penny stand out even further is the fact that it's one of the last major errors to occur in US coinage before the mint cleaned up its processes. The mistake was only caught after a very limited number of these error coins had already been released into circulation. Collectors and investors know that the value of rare coins tends to appreciate over time, and this error coin is a prime example of that. As the years pass, its rarity makes it even more desirable, and this specific penny is considered by many to be a holy grail of modern US coins. Now, the 1992 close AM penny isn't the only rare US coin that could make you a fortune. There are plenty of other US coins with errors or unique characteristics that have commanded high prices at auction. For example, the 1943 copper penny, which was mistakenly struck in copper instead of steel, can fetch up to $1 million. And then there's the 1913 Liberty Head nickel, which sold for over $4 million. These coins go for big bucks because they're extremely rare and sought after by collectors. And the 1992 close AM penny? It's no different. It's one of those rare coins that only comes around once in a lifetime. Now you might be wondering, how do you know if you have a 1992 close AM penny in your collection? It's actually pretty simple. You'll need to inspect the reverse side of the penny, specifically the space between the and M in America. If the letters are very close together, you've got a close AM penny. But if the and M are farther apart, then it's a more common wide AM penny. If you're unsure, don't hesitate to take it to a professional coin dealer or numismatist to verify its authenticity. They'll be able to confirm whether it's the rare close AM penny or just a regular 1992 coin. So, there you have it. The 1992 close AM penny is one of the most valuable coins in modern US history, with a price tag that could reach up to $87 million. If you happen to stumble upon one in your coin jar or while digging through your change, you could be sitting on a small fortune. Just remember to always check the details and keep your eyes peeled for those rare, valuable coins. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more awesome coin stories. Have you ever found a rare coin? Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, happy collecting! Next. Hey everyone, if you're a fan of coins, history, and the world of rare collectibles, you're in for a treat today. I've got an exciting story that involves an unassuming coin, one that most of us have probably come across at some point, but this one's worth much more than its face value, much more. We're talking about a 1988 1-cent coin, which has an incredible story that could make you a millionaire. Yes, you heard that right. This penny could be worth over $205 million. Stick around, because we're diving into the fascinating world of coin collecting and the rare pennies that defy expectations. Alright, let's start with the basics. You're probably wondering, what's so special about a 1988 penny? After all, a penny is just a penny, right? It's copper, it's small, and it's worth 1 cent, or so you think. The 1988 1-cent coin, which features the familiar Lincoln Memorial on the reverse side, was minted at the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Now, here's where the story gets interesting. While the vast majority of these pennies are worth just 1 cent, just as their name suggests, there are a few rare ones that have been known to fetch incredible prices at auction. But let me tell you, some of these pennies are not your typical pocket change. Before we talk about why the 1988 penny is worth so much, let's talk about how coin values are determined in the first place. The value of a coin is based on several factors: rarity, condition, demand, and, of course, its historical significance. Most coins that come out of the U.S. Mint are meant for circulation, meaning they're designed for everyday use. But sometimes, mistakes happen at the mint, and when those mistakes are rare enough, they can turn into a collector's dream. Coin collectors, also known as numismatists, pay top dollar for coins that have errors or unique features. For example, a penny might have a double strike, a misprint, or be made of the wrong material. The more unique the error, the more valuable the coin. So, while most 1988 pennies are worth, well, 1 cent, some of them have unique characteristics that make them worth far more. Here comes the kicker. There's one particular 1988 penny that's been rumored to be worth an astronomical amount of money, up to $205 million, in fact. Now, let me clarify, this is not just any ordinary penny. What makes this penny so valuable? The answer lies in a potential mint error. There's a theory that the U.S. Mint may have accidentally struck a 1988 penny with a rare error, possibly one where the coin was made with the wrong alloy or was struck by the wrong die, making it incredibly unique. Some collectors believe that if such a coin exists, it could be worth tens of millions due to its rarity. However, it hasn't been officially confirmed, and to this day, it remains a mystery. Just imagine that for a second, holding a penny worth over $200 million. It sounds like a coin collector's dream, right? But so far, no one has been able to confirm the existence of this one-in-a-million error coin. So, while we might not be able to tell you where that penny is, its potential has captured the imagination of collectors around the world. Okay, so even though the 1988 penny with the $205 million price tag is a bit of a mystery, there are still many other ways a 1988 penny can be worth more than just 1 cent. Here are some things to look out for if you have a 1988 penny lying around. Rare mint errors. As I mentioned before, mint errors are a huge deal. If your 1988 penny has a double die, meaning the image of Abraham Lincoln is doubled or misaligned, a filled die, where part of the image is missing, or any unusual features, you may have a rare find. Depending on the severity and rarity of the error, these pennies can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Condition. The condition of a coin is critical in determining its value. A 1988 penny in mint condition, meaning it looks almost as good as the day it was minted, can be worth more than a penny, especially if it's a limited edition or error coin. Coins with fewer signs of wear and tear are always in demand among collectors. Proof coins. Some of the 1988 pennies may be proof coins. These are specially minted coins that have a shiny, almost mirror-like surface and are often sold in limited numbers to collectors. These proof versions of the 1988 penny are often worth more than their face value as well. Coin collecting is more than just an interesting hobby, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry. And as you can see, even a simple penny can turn into a big money collectible. In fact, certain rare pennies and other coins have been sold for millions of dollars at auction. The world of numismatics can be incredibly rewarding, both financially and educationally. As a coin collector, you're not just holding a piece of currency. You're holding a piece of history, a story that connects you to the past. Whether you're collecting coins for their historical value, their artistic design, or the thrill of the hunt for rare finds, the world of coin collecting is truly fascinating. If you're getting excited about the possibility of finding a valuable 1988 penny, or maybe another rare coin, here's how you can start looking for valuable coins in your own change. You never know what might be hiding in your jar or coin pouch. Inspect any pennies from 1988 closely to see if there are any errors or signs that make them stand out. Small details like a double die or minor errors can be hard to spot with the naked eye. A magnifying glass can help you take a closer look. If you think you found something special, it's always a good idea to take it to a professional numismatist or coin expert. They can help you authenticate your find and give you an idea of its value. Well, there you have it. The mystery behind the 1988 1-cent coin and its potential $205 million worth. Whether or not this rare coin truly exists, it's clear that coins are much more than what they seem. So, the next time you reach into your pocket and grab a penny, take a moment to look at it closely. You never know when you might stumble across something that could be worth a fortune. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins and collecting, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you never miss a video. And as always, drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin or if you've got any questions about coin collecting. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy collecting! Today, we're diving into an absolute gem of the numismatic world, a coin that, believe it or not, is worth much more than you might think. I'm talking about the 1-cent coin from 1985, a coin that is valued at a jaw-dropping $167 million. Yes, you heard that right, $167 million. You might be wondering how in the world a 1-cent coin could be worth so much, and today, I'm going to tell you all about it. So sit tight as we unravel the fascinating history, rarity, and unbelievable value of this little piece of American history. At first glance, a 1985 penny might seem like just another ordinary cent. It has the familiar features: Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. A simple, everyday coin that most of us have handled hundreds or thousands of times. But when we start digging into the story behind this coin, things take a wild turn. To understand how a simple 1985 penny could become worth millions, we need to take a step back and look at the history of the US Mint and how rare coins are made. Normally, pennies are minted in the billions, and in 1985, more than 7 billion 1-cent coins were produced in various mints across the United States. So, with such high production numbers, how could one penny become the holy grail of modern coin collectors? Well, it all comes down to a series of incredibly rare errors that occurred in the production process. Alright, here's where things get interesting. The 1985 penny in question is not your run-of-the-mill coin. Instead, it's one that contains a major minting error. Now, errors in coin production aren't exactly unheard of. In fact, some of the rarest and most valuable coins in history are the result of such mistakes. But the error with the 1985 penny was unlike anything we've seen before. This penny was struck with a combination of dies from different years, a double die error, and not just any dies, but some of the rarest dies ever used by the US Mint. As you can see, the key difference here is the way the details are distorted. The design on the coin appears to be doubled, meaning there's a slight duplication in the design elements, especially on the words Liberty and In God We Trust. This phenomenon happens when the dies used to strike the coin are misaligned, causing the features to overlap. But it's not just any misalignment, it's one that happens so perfectly and so distinctly that it turns a common penny into a highly sought-after treasure. Now, let's talk about why this particular 1985 penny is so valuable. You might think, it's just a mistake. How could one mistake be worth so much? But here's the thing, this coin is extremely rare. In fact, only a handful of these error pennies have ever been found. The rarity of the coin, combined with the historical significance of the minting error, has made it one of the most highly coveted coins by collectors around the world. Coin collectors and investors alike have been searching for this penny for decades, and when one of these error coins shows up at auction, the bidding can go absolutely crazy. Some of these 1985 pennies have been sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars. But one specific example, with a near-perfect double die error, was once appraised at a mind-blowing $167 million. That's right, $167 million. This makes it one of the most valuable coins in modern history. So, why is this particular 1985 penny worth so much? Well, the value of a coin is determined by several factors: rarity, demand, condition, and historical significance. And this coin checks all the boxes. First, it's extremely rare. Only a few specimens are known to exist. Second, it's in pristine condition, with very little wear or damage. Third, it's in high demand. Collectors will pay top dollar for a piece of US history that holds such a unique story. And finally, its historical significance is off the charts. Coins with minting errors are highly prized in the numismatic world. They often symbolize moments in history when something went wrong, but that wrong turned into something extraordinary. People love the idea of holding a piece of history that almost didn't exist, and that's exactly what the 1985 double die error penny represents. The 1985 penny has had an enormous impact on the world of numismatics. That's the study and collection of coins. It's not just a coin, it's a symbol of how mistakes in the minting process can create items of unbelievable value. For collectors, owning a piece like this means having a slice of US history in their hands, and the rarity of this particular error makes it one of the most valuable coins in existence. Throughout history, there have been plenty of rare coins that have sold for millions, but the 1985 penny stands out because of its modernity. It shows that, even in the world of mass production, a single mistake can change the fate of a coin and send its value skyrocketing. Now, if you're wondering whether you should start digging through your change jar for a 1985 penny, I'd say, proceed with caution. The market for error coins is extremely niche, and while it's tempting to think that you could find a $167 million coin in your pocket, the chances are incredibly slim. But if you're a coin collector or investor, knowing the story behind the 1985 penny can be both fascinating and valuable in its own right. So there you have it, the incredible story of the 1-cent 1985 penny, a tiny coin with a huge value and a fascinating history. It's a perfect example of how something seemingly small can have a massive impact. What do you think about the 1985 penny? Would you love to get your hands on one of these era coins? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more amazing stories from the world of rare coins and collectibles. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.